Let's go back out to Morella. She is now at Town Hall there on Dauphin Island. And Morella, I believe you can have an interview with the mayor.
Yeah, that's right, Byron. Mayor Jeff Collier is standing right next to me. He's had a very busy day today going throughout the island. He joins us now. Now, Mayor Collier, tell us some of what you're seeing as you've gone throughout.
Yeah, well, we did pretty much a full ride through. It took us most of the day, and what we're seeing is we've got substantial damage from one end of the island to the other. This is not an isolated area, and so we've got a lot of trees down. We've got a tremendous amount of power lines and power poles down. I was at the West End just a few minutes ago, and we've got 10 or 12 power poles that are down. I also noticed on the West End and on the East End, we've got a lot of structural damage, a lot of roofing peeled off, a lot of siding peeled off. So just a tremendous amount of damage, you know, that this storm caused.
Okay, and of course we've been talking to residents as we've also been making our way through. Is it true that some boats have sunk at the marina or in other places?
Yeah, they haven't told me that exactly. I would not be surprised about that. You know, one of the things that we're trying to do right now, the first thing we're trying to do is get these trees that are in the roadways. We've got trees blocking Bienville Boulevard. We've got a number of places where trees are blocking people from getting out of their neighborhood or getting them into the neighborhood. So that's a safety issue. We've got to get that cleared up, and we're working on that already. And immediately when we get through with that, we've got to shift gears and go start moving sand off the West End again. Okay,
and of course earlier we were texting back and forth as you were doing the ride further west, and you said that 100% of power is out on the island.
Oh yeah, our power went out yesterday at 5 a.m. So we've already been without a power for over 24 hours now, well over 24 hours now. And so I was talking to power company representatives today, and obviously we got power issues all over the area, so it's not just us. And so I understand the power company is going to bring in a lot more resources, manpower and equipment. Hopefully that will help us get jump started, not only our community but other communities affected as well.
Okay, and of course power, you know, we've been following your Facebook posts. You do a great job of keeping everyone updated on Facebook. We've been following your Facebook posts, and you said that power isn't the only issue. There's also the issue of water, right?
Yeah, we've had some issues with the water system. I got to get back with them again shortly to get an update, but what had occurred was a lot of the private piers and docks at people's homes broke loose because of the high tides, and in doing, a lot of them are fed with a water supply, so the pipes were broken, and so we had a lot of spigots running out there free, and so they put out an appeal for individuals with those types of areas to go and check them and turn off their system because it was draining the drinking water system for the whole island.
Okay, and thankfully we haven't heard of anything yet, but was everyone on the island okay for the most part?
Yeah, as far as I know, we haven't had any injuries or anything like that. We did have 2 rescues though last night, I think around 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. It was at a residential home that started deteriorating or falling apart essentially with the wind. You know, the roof was falling off, the siding was peeling off, and the occupants got concerned, as anyone would, and so they called the police, and our emergency people went down and got them out.
Okay, were they able to travel by road to get to them?
Yes, they were able to get to them by vehicle, and they brought them back, I believe, to the PD until someone could pick them up.
Wow, and that was on the west end?
Well, it was actually on one of the side streets on the north side, one of the finger areas on the West End area. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what are some other things maybe that Sally, compared to other storms, might have brought that maybe you weren't expecting or haven't seen before?
I think the thing that's I'll remember Sally about is the longevity. You know, the fact that it lasted so long, and that's why we got so many trees down. You know, we had so much rain and so much saturation, and with the winds blowing like they were at hurricane strength pretty much for 10 to 12 hours, the tree roots just kind of gave way after a certain point, and so that's really what caused that. But the fact that that storm came in and just kind of sat on top of us for that extended period of time is something that's usually is unheard of.
Okay. Before we let you go back in the studio, is there anything else that we want to ask the mayor before we let him go? I know he's very busy today.
All right, Morella, thank you so much. And please tell the mayor that we said thank you as well. I do have a question for him. Getting back to the power outages, how is he making sure people are getting the message if they don't have access to TVs, radios, or maybe their smartphone has died?
Right. One question that Lenise has asked is, since all of the island is without power, how are people receiving your messages? I know that, if their phones are dying, how are they seeing those things? How are they?
Yeah, well, a lot of folks have generators, and so they have that capacity, and so there's word of mouth gets around pretty well in times like this as well. So we've got a pretty good communications mechanism in place here on the Dauphin Island, and so I'm pretty sure that most people are aware of what's going on, and we do our best to keep them informed. And so we're looking forward to get things turned around and get it cleaned up as soon as possible.
Okay. Any message for people as day turns to night?
Yeah, one thing I want to mention is with all of the obstacles that are in the roadways, if you don't have to maneuver around the island, don't be just driving around for the fun of it. There's too many hazards out there. It's just best to stay home one more night. Give us another chance tomorrow to get these trees out of the roadway, get some other debris out, and we'll be able to open things up again. What I will say also to visitors, we have the checkpoint on the other side, so only people with re-entry passes who have a reason to be here can come here right now. We're hoping that we can get that over with by tomorrow. We're hoping if we get the roads open, get them safe, we can do away with the checkpoint, and we welcome everybody back to Dauphin Island the way we always like it.
All right. Well, thank you, Mayor Collier. Thank you so much for joining us. Glad everybody on the island is safe. For now, reporting live on Dauphin Island, Morella Porter, Fox 10 News.